But this was a big game not only for the Ravens, but for Marcus Peters, this is a revenge game. It's in L.A., and he got that revenge pick. And then at the end, he got some words in with Jalen Ramsey. If you guys didn't see this, we have a little clip of it that we can show you. And they're just having some words back and forth here at the end of the game. Some passionate words. But what's your take on this?
I mean, I love it. Obviously, Jalen said something slick to him. Marcus Peters like, dude, I'm from here. This is what I do. He got traded from that team. I mean, I love it. I love it because this is the identity of the Ravens. And I'm getting animated. I'm getting hyped because I love to see two corners going at it, even though they'll never
That's
get
what
to
I'm
face
saying.
each
What are they
other.
running at each other
But still, if I play the position you play, you best believe I'm watching you every play, and I hope you watching me, partner.
Yeah,
so
I feel
I'm loving Marcus Peters right
I
now.
feel
That's
you,
my homie.
but what legs does Ramsey have to stand on right now? They just got their butts whipped, and he had a pick,
I don't know why
and he
Jalen
was
talking.
brought in to take his job, and he outperformed him today.
I don't know why Jalen talking. I'm hyped because I'm
saying.
with Marcus Peters right now because I feel that pain being traded
felt that
away
energy.
from another team that that you called home and wanting so bad to go out and make a play and then making that play. Oh yeah, I love it.
And you could tell Marcus Peters was pumped up. I mean, he led the team tonight in total tackles. He's not a Marcus Peters is not a corner that's
not
known
attacking
for hitting people. No, he's not for getting that. He's known for getting the football. So to see that he upped his game, 8 total tackles today. He wanted to win this game.
Felt. He wanted to touch every dude on that roster that he never got a chance to hit in practice. I'm telling you, I've been in that situation, so I know his mindset. And like I said, this right here, I love it because Marcus Peters, a lot of dudes talk that talk. I know Marcus Peters
he
will
walks the
walk
walk.
that
Yeah.
walk.
Walk that walk, baby.
And he played, and he played it. His game showed us that's his mindset, and I love it because the whole Ravens team, I feel like that's the mindset they play with. They got beat down just like I'm not going to say Jalen was about to, but it didn't look very good for him.
Yeah, that energy, it just feels like it feeds
said he
from
was about
one
to get
player
beat
to
up.
the other. You can just see it on both sides of the ball.
were
Marcus
about that
Peters.
Well, he can come see me too.
Marcus Peters, though, has been so good over the last
Just
5
saying.
seasons. He has 27 interceptions. That's
BA
11
boy right
more
there,
than the
man.
next best player. I mean, he has been on it for a while, and now this just seems like such a perfect fit for him. But Willie McGinnis and Scott Hanson, they had front row seats to all the action tonight. So, guys, what are your takeaways from what you saw out there?
Colleen, Willie here down on the sidelines, he wants to chime in on the video that we just saw.
No, I was just saying, D. Hall trying to stir it up. He trying to get it. trying to
Hey,
get it
Willie,
going.
you know how I played the game, baby. I played it just like that,
know.
so I love to see that, man. I love to see that. Obviously, I don't, I like to talk in the back and forth. Let your game speak for itself. And like I said, we all think Marcus Peters played a hell of a game.
Absolutely.
He did.
Yeah.
He did, man. You know how emotional guys are when they come back to the place that released you or cut you or traded you, whatever the case may be. You want to perform well. You want to win. And you're exactly right. You hit it on the head. When you talk about this is the personality of this football team, they're a tough coach, well-coached, tough team. And all the guys across the board have this type of mentality on both sides of the ball, not just on the defense, but on both sides of the ball.
I was reading Marcus Peters' lips right here, and I could clearly hear that he did not say scoreboard, which he could have, or standings, which he could have, because the Rams have dropped to 6-5 right now, Willie.
Yeah.
This is the reigning NFC champs. They're on life support to make the playoffs, it would seem, at this point.
Yeah, it's tough, and I wouldn't even worry about the playoffs right now, Scott. I would worry about just trying to fix some of the problems we saw tonight.
Yeah.
They got manhandled up front, the front seven on both sides of the ball. Offensively, they didn't look good. Jared Goff didn't look good, missed a couple of open touchdowns, the Woods and Higbee in the touchdown. They got to get that going. The run game was eliminated early because they fell behind. So, when you look at all the things that went wrong, there's a lot of things to fix. And this is still a good football team. I just don't know where they are right now, what's going on with them right now. So I wouldn't talk playoffs. I wouldn't talk to any of that. I'll talk about let's get back on track. Let's try to win some football games and then see what happens.
Well, you see some of the missteps for the Rams here in their home stadium in prime time. It was about a year ago at this time that they put on one of the performances for the ages and were the highest scoring team for the season in the NFC. Just a shadow of that right now. Jared Goff at the podium talking about the 5th loss of the season for the reigning NFC champs.
Yeah, I think, the game dictated some things and we were unable to get going early. I think against a team like that, the margin for error is so small, and Unfortunately, we had some errors early on, and it bit us, in the long run. And I think, we had to get out to a hot start, and we didn't. We came down the field. We actually moved the ball pretty well in those 2 drives, and then finishing field goals with some crucial errors in the red zone. And that's what you can't have, like I mentioned, against teams like this. And we're just going to keep fighting, keep going, keep fighting. I've said it before. I think we got the right guys in this building. I know we got the right guys in this building, and just got to keep fighting.
Jeremy, look at the playoff picture. How do you guys kind of go from here, and knowing that it's very much an uphill climb?
Sure. Yeah. Well, we got Arizona next week, and we got to take it one game at a time. I think, we obviously need some stuff to happen, but I don't think it's completely out of the realm of possibilities at all. I think we're still very much in it, and just got to keep fighting.
Would people be correct to look at this and say that's how far the Rams are from the elite right now?
I don't know. I mean, it's so hit or miss every week, and you want to stay consistent, but I think this game just got away from us. That's the best way to describe it. Got away from us, and I think everyone on offense, defense, special teams would look at themselves and say, we can be better. And it's, again, I've said this before, it starts with me. I can be better. And I think we just, like I mentioned, we let the game get away from us.
Sure. Do you think that nail down why this season hasn't gone nearly as smooth for you as perhaps last season did?
I'm sorry, ask that again, I'm sorry.
Can you nail down kind of any reason why this season
Nail
hasn't gone as well for you?
There's a multitude of reasons. I think games have been dictated certain ways, and then there's been throws that I've missed, and there's been guys that we've done some bad things. It's a million things. I think I don't really try not to look at the numbers because I know that's misleading, and there's games where I look back on this year where I didn't feel very good after, and my numbers were good. And there's games that I look back that my numbers were not good, and I felt good about how I played, and so I try not to let that dictate how I feel. But I don't know if I can nail down one thing for you. I think there's just a bunch of things.
There's a lot of fanfare coming in about the opposing quarterback. What did you watch? What did you think of what he did?
He's a hell of a player. He's a hell of a player, and I wish him the best. I think he's really proven a lot of people wrong, and you always love to see that. And I think just his ability to obviously run is so special, but then how accurate he was, and there's no limit for that guy. He's a great player.
What do you think you guys need to do as an offense to get rolling consistently?
A million things. I think there's no one thing. It's just be better consistently, and I know that's easy to say, but it's the truth. We need to be better down in, down out, not kill ourselves with little mistakes, penalties. I can distribute the ball better. We can do different things, up in the run game. There's a million things. There's not one thing, and I think you just have to focus every single day on getting better, trusting the people around you, and just do your best.
What was Marcus Peters in some capacity?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, he's a great player. I love Marcus. He's one of my favorite guys I've played with, and he made a great play. He's known for that, and I tip my cap to him. He made a great play, and their whole defense had a tremendous day.
Jared Goff couldn't get his guys into the end zone tonight. The opposing quarterback found the end zone early and often. Lamar Jackson with a primetime performance that could put him firmly atop the MVP race. Much more from Monday.
Great win, proud of our guys, and we'll be moving on. We got 5 days in about 20 minutes before we play San Francisco, so we'll go to work on those guys next. What do you have?
Every point is a test in this sort of an environment tonight to come out and start to put distance between these opponents and yourself, to see the room get crowded.
Right.
To perform this way after practicing all week.
Right.
Visualizing everything you wanted to happen pretty much happened.
I'm proud of the guys. I told them in the locker room, they're just from the focus standpoint. I mean, these guys went to work all week. Our 2 guys who were just up here talked about how good the look teams were, and that's exactly right. I mean, they hit it right in the head. They come to practice, they work hard, they're locked in meetings, they're locked in travel. They're thinking about football, they're keeping it about football, they're keeping it simple. I feel like they're on a mission, and it's one mission at a time, and that's the way they approach this game, and that showed up in the result, and I'm proud of them for it.
Did they practice this well?
Yes. They played just like they practice. Right, Matt?
You're, John, when you talk about them being on a mission, it seems like when teams have this kind of success, there's a special chemistry around that club. Do you feel that with this one? Is there something special about it?
I do. You know, I felt that way last year too. You know, I think this is a unique group of guys. They really are close. You know, they really do love one another. They have a certain belief, I think, in one another and things greater than that. They have a faith, they trust, and they work. You know, and they go to the next play. You know, and they keep it simple that way. So, just like you said, I think there is something special here. But you know what? There's nobody crowned in November. You know, so we have a lot of work to do.
John, we ask you this every week about Lamar. I mean, does anything does he do out there right now surprise you or amaze you or dazzle you or anything?
You know, we just don't look at it like that. Yeah, he's a great football player and he makes great plays. And you know, the thing that I'm really so impressed with is his decision making and the way he handles the offense and runs the offense and the choices he makes in critical situations. I mean, take the end of the half. You know, the way he worked the clock, worked the ball down the field, worked the clock, left no time for the Rams at the end, scored right at the end when we were out of timeouts. I mean, that's just operating at the highest level you can operate at as a quarterback. So that's the thing I'm probably most amazed at, if it's anything, is how he operates as a quarterback.
So John Harbaugh there, gosh, he has got to be so happy, so proud, so excited about the ceiling for this team. Because honestly, where is it?
I think they're the best team in the AFC right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know the New England Patriots, by record-wise, they're there. But their only loss was to this Baltimore team. And it's getting late in the season. Weather's changing. Different, scenarios are going to happen. This Ravens team is built to win anywhere, any place, anytime.